This is going to be just a quick part 2 of the range test on this e-bike. I've already done 38 miles on the battery after it was full, and the voltage is 47.8. Try to do about 20 more miles today and see how it goes. So I'm continuing the range test. This is day 2 of the range test. I've gone about 4.5 miles on top of the 38 from day 1. It's going pretty good. Just checking the battery level. It shows 5 bars. When I'm actually pedaling, it shows 4 bars. So starting to get a little bit lower. 47.4 volts. And totals 42 miles on this bike so far. Yeah, as far as squeaks and sounds, I found out that the front rotor on the disc rotor is rubbing a little bit, and that's part of the sound, but I don't think it's rubbing enough to really affect anything, so I'm not going to really mess with it. But you do hear a little bit of grinding as it goes around, but it's pretty minor. And then the other thing I notice as far as sounds is the motor does have sort of a whistling sound to it. I mean, it's very quiet. You can't really hear anything other than that whistling sound. And it's not really that annoying or anything like that. But it is something to keep note, that it does make sort of a whistling noise. Doesn't really sound like a motor per se that you would expect. But let me continue the range test. Continuing on the range test, day 2 for the XPremium. 10.6 miles. The volts are 47 volts. It looks like half full. It shows on the energy bar. 52 minutes for this ride so far. Total miles, 48 miles. So looks like the range test is probably going to continue on to a day 3 because the battery's holding up pretty good. I've been in pedal assist 3 most of the time, and it's been doing pretty good. So we'll continue on the range test. I continued on for the range test. Gone about almost 16 miles for today. Number of bars is 4. When I'm pedaling, it's actually 3, so it's getting lower. Voltage is 46.5, and been going about an hour and 15 minutes on today's ride. And it's been 54 miles so far on one battery. Like I said, this is day 2 of the range test. I'm gonna try to make it back. This is a new trail extension. You can see they're not even done putting the signs up or anything. Still getting the parking lot done for it. So not quite sure how to get back home from here, but I'll have to break out the Google and see how to go on the roads, I guess. But here we go, continuing on the range test. I ended up going back pretty much the way I came. Decided to stay on the trails because it's definitely cooler than going on the city streets with the shade of the trees and everything. And also I think the cement doesn't get as hot, doesn't reflect the heat as much as it does on asphalt pavement. But from here on, the next couple miles, I'll go straight to home, and I have to go through some city streets, but it's not too far. So far on this day 2 of this range test, I've gone, let's see, an hour and 45 minutes. Still going mostly on pedal assist 3, except when I slow down, I'll go to pedal assist 2. And gear 5 is seems to be the sweet spot still. Down to 2 bars. Odometer says 61 miles. This is on full charge, second day of the range test. And today I've gone almost 23 miles. Voltage is 45.4, so I still think I've got a little bit left in it, a few more miles. So I'll continue on home for the range test. Well, made it back home. It's showing 2 bars still. You can see I went about 2 hours Total 63 miles. That's with one, with both batteries charged up when I started on day 1. This is day 2 of the range test. So it looks like I'm going to have to probably go for a 3rd day to really see how far this battery can go. But today I went 25 miles and voltage is at 45, so I still think I've got, let's say, at least another 5 miles to go, in which case maybe I'll try to push 70 miles, see if I can do that. I might go down to pedal assist too if the battery gets down to 1 bar, just to see how far I could go. But I haven't been that careful with the battery. I've just been mostly cruising along at pedal assist 3, 15, 16 miles an hour, and that felt pretty good on this bike. But yeah, until the next day 3, this ends day 2 of the range test.